Hello, sorry that we missed. I just noticed that I wasn't recording. So we're playing game 2 against Rakdos Burn. We won game 1 in magical fashion, and now we are trying out. I got distracted from pressing the button because I decided to cut the Elder Gargaroth and I added a third copy of Elder Armor Skull instead. We're gonna see if that ends up actually mattering in this league. As a matter of fact, it almost always sit well on my computer, so it fits perfectly every time. Exactly. So guys, we're having Borsham instead of Bump had won the game, and of course the moment was to happen. Yeah. So we stabilized at 1, and then we did some very weird lines in order to find a way to gain enough life to crawl back into the game. Yeah, I guess we're keeping this one, aren't we? Let's lead on Radiant Fountain. It gives me more versatility as to what to fetch. I might want to fetch for basic, or if things don't really develop, then I might be forced into fetching for an actual Temple Garden. So I'm going to need some green mana. Subtlety and vagueness of Mumsit is precisely what makes it so powerful. Exactly. That's what makes Mumsit the tier 1est of all modes. Okay, so I'm just going to fetch and just shock here. This might even force my opponent into paying 1 mana to Riftbolt Dethalia here, which would be an insane win for us because they would work. Yeah, exactly. This is an insane win for us. We basically time walk them. Now we can play the second Thalia, and we can also play a Dryad to start developing our game plan. Sometimes Thalia is just so insanely good. Yeah, this hand developed very nicely. Particularly against my opponent with the, like, single land. My opponent's 1 lander is not working out against my draw. Any land is good. Yeah, this is just sick. If I look at you, we have a fast clock. We can gain life. We have some very strong disruption. We have removal. Now, is that a thing, right? Like, you're not supposed to ever keep a 1-lander with burn? I think I heard another streamer say something like that. Suddenly we are the burn player. How the tables have turned, opponent, huh? Gain life. Well, if my opponent passes the turn, I'm just gonna play a 4-3 because that's lethal. Like, it's actually, they're dobs. Like, if they don't play a land, they're actually dobs. Rough. Oh, how the record player. How the record player indeed. It is a cult that I'm trying to create. That is just delightful. What's up, fellow Griff? Was that you that we just played against? The one lander didn't particularly pan out against the double Thalia draw. that was pretty fortunate for us. That was pretty fortunate for us. I think I'm supposed to Thalia here. It just clocks faster. It also disrupts more. Like it disrupts my opponent's cantripping and stuff. Playing against Adnos, most likely. It might be something else. No. Still thinking that it's Adnos. One bottom, one top. Let's go, baby. Iladamri's Call. This is actually a very interesting turn. I don't think there's anything that we're calling game 1 against that Nauseam. But we might be calling for Knight of Autumn down the line. So I think we're going to just play a Dryad here and say go. We don't have any land drops to make, which is very, very sad, but puts more pressure. What's the record? 1-0 right now. Just annoying to lose a game like that. Drawing just one line would have been so rewarding. Well, it's like, yeah, exactly. It's you're taking a gamble, right? I think that what's the name of the other streamer? I think it's Lord Beerus, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I heard him saying that you're not supposed to ever keep a one-lander with burn. So maybe that might have been a mistake on your part to just keep the one-lander. I'm not a burn player, so I have no idea. I'm just going off of what he said. And he streams burn a lot, so... You can't win a one land ever. I mean, that sounds about right, honestly, if you asked me. Thassa's Oracle. The value of Thassa's Oracle makes sense. You didn't know you had Thalia, so obviously would have mulliganed had I had that information. Yeah, we're playing 3 copies of Thalia in this deck. Thassa's Oracle, been pretty rough here. So if we do a castle, we kinda just win though. It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. We're just not finding our... Not being able to find our lands at all. Not being able to find our lands at all. Am I supposed to take this turn off and play Aether Vial? I'm gonna go with the free attack, see what my opponent does. Probably gonna block, because they don't care about their 1-3. Yep. Thalia disrupting us a little bit here. I'll play the thing that adds a ton of mana. It's annoying. That's actually an interesting interaction. For those of you unaware, the way that Sunburst works with Thalia or like Damping Sphere, any card that taxes your spell. Sunburst looks at which colors of mana you use to cast the spell. So in this case, for example, we see how... Oh, nice. We see how the green mana, it actually mattered. The extra mana actually mattered, I mean. So we have exactly lethal if we get double Valakut here, because we deal 1 here and then 9, and then we attack for lethal, so we force my opponent's hand this way. 1 here, save targets there. Oh yes, oh yes, oh heal. So this is gonna force them to at least use one of their Angel's Grace, which also is gonna use one of their Pentat Prism counters, which is gonna make it a little bit tougher for them to win here. Yep. Why did I cast Nylian last turn? Because I'm trying to find a way to develop my mana. Okay, so we cannot die from here. Oh no, we actually can die from here, actually. But they need to have Angel's Grace plus Ad Nauseam. Yeah, playing Nylia wouldn't have really done anything, right? So I might be dead here, I'm not sure. Okay, with this I am not dead actually. Go Ignite of Autumn. How well is Nylia working for you? I mean, when you draw it against the matchups, like it's here for very specific matchups, right? It's here for matchups like wait, what? Oh, couldn't they have used the Cerebrass thingy there? It's interesting. So we can still attempt to kill them on their upkeep here. This is whatever. I'm gonna say yes. Gonna get a fetch land and Celestial Sanctuary. Stack our triggers. We're gonna bounce the fetch land. We're gonna play the fetch land, and on their upkeep, we're just going to fetch. What was the surprise? Oh, that I posted on Twitter? Alright, I'm gonna say it right now. Because I like you folks. So I'm actually working on a podcast. We did a podcast with House of Mana and Jose Muniz. Jose Muniz, actually. As he told me today that his name and last name are pronounced. And we're gonna be releasing that, I think, tomorrow? I have to talk to House of Mana, who's the one in charge of all the recording and stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty sweet. Do we care about Mind Sensor? No, we don't. Sensor Purge? No, we don't. Direct Champion? No, we don't. None of these cards we really care about. So let's submit this. So yeah, whenever that gets released, of course, I'm gonna be posting about it on Twitter and all the places. But it's cool. We've only been on one podcast before, the Yellow Panthers podcast, and it was kind of awesome. So I'm happy to be doing some podcasting again. It's a fun form of content. Sure, it's kind of a weird hand. How important are 4 flagstones for this deck list? Eager to have it tried to list it. I'm missing flagstones sadly. Very. You need at least 3. The original list had 3, and I've been very happy when I moved to 4. But playing any less than that, and yeah, I don't think that you're gonna be too happy. Like, basically the entire deck is built kind of around that interaction, so they're very cheap. Like, I didn't own any flagstones, and I think I bought a playset for like $9 or something on TCG Player. I used my TCG Player affiliate link, of course. So we have mono 3-drop dot hand. Sounds good. I mean, at this point, I think that this deck is just cheaper than Amulet. Okay, so we're just dead. Gonna Aegis Grace, and they're going to spoils for a card that's not in their deck. We do get to see how they sideboard it, so just go do that real quick. I love how all of their win conditions just show you their entire deck. Okay, so we have to play around Bontus. 2 Bontus. They still have the Lightning Storm combo kill. And that's kind of about it. They have a couple of pacts. That's fine. All right. I think I don't like Corsair, and I'd rather have an extra prime time. Sweet, we got a nice little hate bear hand over here, which is exactly what we want. How important are them? I don't get how do they fit the deck. Actually, try and figure out, but I can't. They interact with Elvish Reclaimer. This deck is built around the interaction between Flagstones of Trocaire and Elvish Reclaimer, which allows your Elvish Reclaimer to ramp you up with every single activation. Untap land is not the worst there. Could Eidolon or I could Knight? Knight presents a much faster clock. Well, actually, Knight puts my opponent on a 3-turn clock. The problem is that if they... Oh, shoot. Well, that's actually a lot better. That speeds up the clock considerably. And it still allows me to keep the Knight in hand. Okay, so they do have the Projection on Life, I think. Oh no, they're playing the other thingy. I think I'm gonna spend this turn blowing this up, actually. We have two options. We can blow this up with the knight, or we can play Eidolon. Well, now we can double spell, so... But we could actually die from here, so... They could have land into Bontus, and that would really suck. Casting the People's Root for 5 cards in an auto legacy queue, that's amazing. I might play Mana Trader Series this month. No, I started working with Mana Traders. Oh, brutal. I totally forgot about this. I started working with Mana Traders after their series started going, so I was already falling behind, and I could have tried to like get into it again. But honestly, I was just too lazy, if I'm being honest. Have I heard about the band Polyphia? How highly would I rate their drummer? I haven't heard about them, but I have not really heard them, actually. They're cool, though. I've talked about this multiple times already on stream, but I've been loving Thank You Scientist. I've been low-key obsessed about them. Been low-key obsessed about them, so I kind of don't want to play this into, so I'm just gonna play Damping Sphere and then I'm gonna pass. It sucks that I'm not setting up a two-turn clock, but it feels like one of the only ways that I lose this game with all of this form of interaction is if my opponent spends exactly this turn to do the thing. And like if we find any land here, a little bit unlucky there, but if we had found any land at all, am I supposed to play the Eidolon here? I don't think I'm supposed to play it. I think I'm supposed to chill. I think it sounds pretty good. Reminded me a little of Sauce Machine, which is kind of my first love when it comes to complex music. Nice. All the way through Eidolon is Unlife, which we can destroy with Knight, right? Yeah, Bontus. I'm playing around Bontus here. They can win here. They have the Thalia attacks and they also have the Damping Sphere attacks. Oh, I'm so stupid! I am so stupid. Oh, I should have won this game because I'm an idiot. I didn't realize that they didn't need to... Oh, I'm so stupid. I play the Eidolon and I win this game single-handedly. Oh man, that feels really bad. I deserve to lose that one. I deserve to lose that one. For whatever reason, I was not thinking about... I was thinking about them needing to Angel's Grace, but it's just like they have an Unlife in place, so they don't need to Angel's Grace. They're just fine. Ugh. That was bad. That was really bad. I should have won that one. Or at least force them to have exactly the Bontus, right? That was bad. That was really, really bad. That was a little bit of a brain fart there. I completely spaced out on that. Warboard. Damn, son. Warboard. And foil even. Is this 8-rack or something silly like that? It might be, honestly. This might be 8-rack. It is fucking 8-rack. That's insane. Let's discard these. Let's fetch for plains. Let's do another forest. Liliana. Brutal. We're totally gonna draw another land and I'm gonna be very sad. That's a good one. Second Lily, probably. In before Reign of Tears. No, second Lily, okay. That's good for them. The full fee in the Reclaimer. Maybe I should have gotten Castle there instead of Blast Zone. That's an interesting thought. Actually, getting Castle might have been interesting there. That's a really good draw. Tormodork, thank you for the follow. Wow, they could have made me this card and they didn't? That's honestly kind of insane. So we don't care about anything really here. So I guess I'm just gonna Vesuva their Mutavault. Because we already have Titan mana. Funeral Charm. I guess it's not worth the 2 points of damage, because if they have push, they don't have revolt enabled. So now we draw Steve, and now we're in really, really, really good shape. Winning the race very easily. We're going to start triggering Zombos. This Thalia is not really doing anything, so I think I'm just going to shuffle it away. Probably taking this damage because either they could have Liliana, and I think that... I guess that if they have Liliana, I can just suck the zombie, right? So yeah, that's actually a mistake. It's okay, whatever. Let's get another green source. Nihilea is what we draw. We drew Nihilea. That's funny. Yeah, this game is done. We are good to go here. One, yeah, opponent just packs it in because we're done. Yeah, I know, but I was not sure what I wanted to do just yet. So Purge, definitely. Knight of Autumn, definitely. Probably Arasta. We have to expect Ashiok, like almost 200%, right? Flagstones is also anti-smallpox, that's true, which is hilarious. Raminep Tracker is Knight unbeatable for them. Maybe Knight can go. Steve sounds great. Reclaimer is okay. I think I'm just gonna cut the calls here. Kinda to play around. They seem kind of tough too. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We have to be careful here because we're gonna be on the play, but most likely. Smallpox is sorry, not Smallpox, whatever this deck names, 8-rack, is the deck that puts you on the play, which is kind of hilarious. Seems like a very good matchup. I don't know if I would call it a very good matchup. Let's say that I don't think I'm too upset to face it. Same thing with Amulet. Same thing with Amulet. But it can be tricky. Shadowed out. Brutal. Alright, so I guess no Ashiok, but yes, Shadowed out. Gonna have to play around that one. My opponent even gave me the gotcha. Oh, yes. I mean, honestly, I'm not even mad. Like, if you're playing Shadowed out in your deck, you have to give your opponent the gotcha. Like, what are we doing otherwise, right? What are we doing otherwise? They did get me. Yeah, that's I'm not even mad. Like, I respect the gotcha. I respect the gotcha. That was funny. That was funny. Yeah, that was I'm nothing here. Nothing to say here. We got real hard. Real hard. So of course we're gonna be playing around that card now. Of course, we have to actually be careful to put my opponent on the play. Sinkhole is too good for Modern, but Sinkhole with upside. Sinkhole, draw a card. Yeah, even more of a reason to not want to have a Alarm Skull in my deck. I think they just have 6 for their turn. I like my opponent. They're taking it like a champ. Oh, come on. This over here. There we go. Should I just fetch right now? I kind of don't want to shock though. I think I'm just gonna play Flaxlands as I go. Place around small box better. We're gonna get a little bit of hit on mana. If this Dryad doesn't die, my opponent's gonna be in a world of hurt. And this is the problem with Shadow Dart, right? Like, my opponent might have passed the turn holding Shadow Dart, and it's just like, well, I just not play anything into it. Probably gonna push. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, if this is their play, we're fine. Now, I was gonna play Nylea, but this seems better. Is it better, though? I think it is better. It also plays around Inquisition a lot better. Have I tried playing this deck with Manadox? Yes, I have. It's bad. I mean, they might have Shadowed out here. They don't. I think we have to play Nylea. So many mutables. How many bits to see me via Lermercool? That's probably not gonna be happening. Probably not gonna be happening. Okay. Dryad. Oh, that's right. Discard this. Sick. Game 4. Didn't realize this was a coward stream. Oh man, you got me. Damn it. Alright, so opponent can't attack anymore. It's good stuff. I think we draw here. Okay. I think we just cross fingers here. And GG's. We could have gotten Golos there. That's a way to get Valakut going, but like this is just so much better, right? Like we start getting Sombos, we get value every single turn now because we have the fetch. So I think that 100% the correct line there is to... The correct line is to go get Ramin up there. Smallpox, poor soul. Yeah, I saw Tom Ross streaming some pox the other day. It was hilarious. Quack, thank you for the follow. Just sort of this deck looks so sick. Super excited to play this. It's pretty amazing, Quack. I've been having a great time. Even the only loss that we have right now is, to me, just being an idiot. This hand looks solid. Pay him to Violent Titan, but it's so easy to do in this deck. I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's easy to do, but like it happens reasonably. It happens reasonably often. Alright, so we finally got paired against Prowess. So hopefully we're gonna get to see whether my plan works out or if it's a terrible shame. Convert another I will pray to Titan Vial. They're trying out this Friday. Nice, Shauna. Go out, spread the world. Spread the word with the world is what I meant to say. We did Violin a Titan earlier today, Shauna. Just so you know. I watched Spike accidentally tick up a vial to 5 on top deck Kiki Jiki earlier today. The next level mistake. Love to see that. Love to see that. I'm 100% not lock-in. It's worse in the face on light up the stage, but like if that's what my opponent's doing with their turn 2, that I'm probably okay with that, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because if their plan is to bolt my Thalia, then that's okay. So I guess so far we don't know whether we're playing against Prowess or we're playing against Burn. Burn is a lot of a better matchup than Prowess is, but it could be anything. Can't really keep this up, but a deal is a deal. Oh, Shana, thank you. Actually, we violated against Death Shadow, so I have no idea how my opponent spent 7 turns without having a discard spell. It was pretty funny. And I just never made it up to enough mana to hardcast the Titan, which is even funnier. Alright, so we're playing against Prowess. Good to know. I don't understand why my opponent took literal 3 minutes to make that play. That was literally the only correct play available to them. But here we are. Okay, so what we're gonna do here... Vial's gonna take up. Forest is not great, but also not bad at the same time. Temple Garden tapped. No, that's actually... No, never mind. Yeah, it's bad. It was a bad draw. just now thinking about it, no, it was actually a terrible draw. Never mind. Second Swift Spear sucks balls. Meaning that it's, of course, insane for my opponent here. I don't think we can afford to not block here. This is just too much damage. This is simply too much damage. They can bolt the Triad, but Metamorphose. Okay, so this means no light up the stage at least. So that's something. Still feeling pretty dead here. Wild Slash. Classic. Definitely gonna play around Wild Slash while when we bring in our champion. Yeah, sure. This is rough. I guess it's not the worst. It's not the worst. This is just puts two bodies into play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have Titan mana now. Crash is brutal. No idea what exactly Hyperscape is and why they have emotes. I have no idea. So this forces my opponent to use 2 spells. Or 1 Lava Dart, because that card is fucked up. That was a fine exchange though. Keep these on 3. Valakut would be pretty good. Valakut. Golos would have also been great. So because I want Valakut to be a good draw, I think I'm gonna chill here. Also, my opponent didn't have a spell last turn. Field would be good. Titan would actually win us the game. Do you think your Sultan Rec list will be improved by removing the Rec package and going alien answers and threats instead? Like -2 Recs, -1 Nexus, and like got a potion trophy and something old school like Beatlick. You could try that for sure. You could try that for sure. Saying better, I don't know how accurate that would be. And here we just have to block, like we're just fucked, right? Like if our opponent has it, then we're just dead anyway. So like we're 8. Okay. All right, prime time. Give me a prime time off the top. 1 time. Eladamber Skull also counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Eladamber Skull also counts. We have 3 calls that we're drawing towards. Steve. It's not a good one. Not a good one. But yeah, Shana, like that Sultai Rec deck actually felt quite powerful, so you can probably take that deck and play it multiple different ways. No attacks. That's huge. All right, Titan. The other thing that I just said. Field. Okay. Okay, field I will take. I will not complain about drawing a field here. Now the question is, am I supposed to attack? I don't think so. It felt like Foff is MVP. Yeah, that's another one of the things that I was going to say. Maybe you want to go with like 4 Foff, 4 Uro. But actually, a good reason why the Foff are so good, it's precisely because of... It's precisely because of the Rex. So if you cut the Foffs, I don't know how good that would be. So here I'm just playing to top deck one of my heavy hitters. I don't think I could afford to double block, because that might actually leave me dead, and we probably need this Dryad to survive in order to not just die, but we just keep drawing blanks, and this is so frustrating. So now we're basically dead to a lightning bolt, because we are gonna have to fetch. No spells. Okay. Titan and the Umber Skull. Golos. Any of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 mana right now. And we just legit cannot attack. The Taco Hero, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Prime Time Stronghold. Give you some Prime Time mode action. Yeah, they probably have Bedlam. Labadart. Oh, that's the best non-lethal draw that they had, because this kills both of my Triads. So now we have to draw exactly Prime Time. And kind of nothing else does it anymore. I guess Nylea could be cool here, so I'm gonna go up to 4. Tracker, alright. And we're just dead to Lightning Bolt regardless, right? So I'm just gonna go down to 3, because like we just cannot beat Lightning Bolt anyway. Something good. Reclaimer. And dead. Cut the gargoyle for circle. Thief. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's really funny. Alright, we had multiple lethal draws there, but not enough luck. Want these, want these. We want the Rasta. We might want Eidolon too. Cut this, cut Nylea, cut. Oh, whoops. Raminap. Trackers. We want Coursers. Oh, that's right, we're playing Courser. We had so many good draws there. That's insane. We had so many good draws there. Is there a matchup you ever stream a Dryad? No. Like, this deck likes to ramp, and Dryad is basically the only real way to ramp, besides Reclaimer and Steve. So I don't think there are any matchups where I would like to trim Dryads. There are matchups where maybe I should be trimming Reclaimers. Even that is kind of sketch. Maybe Amulet? No. The only way that you can win the Amulet matchup is because of Dryad. Amulet does not have Boil. And Boil is really easy for us to beat. If our opponent is bringing Boil against us, they're just drawing a dead card. Looking back at that game, was there any place we could have done differently? No. Like, every time that we blocked, we had exactly enough zombies. What we could have done is we could have put ourselves dead to Lightning Bolt a lot sooner, and then we would have been able to double block one of the Soul Scar. We would have been able to double block the Soul Scar. But I was trying to delay, like, I was trying to give myself the most draw steps possible, so I was trying to delay as much as possible the being dead to Bolt stage of the game. But I don't really remember any instances of a play that I would, yeah. This is a great little sample hand here. Probably about a path here. Because like we're going to play one Reclaimer, so we're going to force my opponent to use the Bolt on turn 1. I was amazed opponent just didn't have a Bolt. Yeah, it was a really long time for them to not have a Bolt. Oh. That's sick. You get to untap with Reclaimer. This is the position step would be sick in. Yes, but the cost of putting step in your deck is just too high. Like the card is just horrible, right? Like really, really, really bad. One Firely Island turn 2 shadowed out. Brutal. Can't afford to not crack here, unfortunately. We do have a purge for the other Soulscar Mage, though. So we're probably going to call for Golos here. Please moon me, please moon me, please moon me. Ugh, they have a Bedlam. No! Ah! Disgusting. So fucked up. Okay, is this what we gotta do? I think this is what we gotta do. And hopefully we don't get the shock, because the shock is gonna be ferocious, like Vital Slash. Yeah, I mean, if you have Wild Slash, you have Wild Slash, but like, what am I supposed to do? 4 cards in hand, man. Yeah, 4 cards in hand. I think I'm gonna go for Arasta here. I don't think we have time to untap on prime time. If they have double lightning bolt, I guess that we still gain life, right? That's funny. Like we still gain life from the little guys coming in, so that's cool. So each spell that they play gains me a life and gives me a 1/2 blocker. It's not bad. Maybe we can figure this out. In before triple seal of fire, that would make me really sad. I mean, they could have the thing that gives their dudes trample, right? If they crash through, we're fucked. Three, 4, baby. Let's go. Spider token art is too realistic. Alright. That was a lot of value from Arasta. That was a lot of value from Arasta. Am I supposed to bog here? I think I'm supposed to bog here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Aaron gifting the tier 1 sub to Bams thing. Thank you so much, Aaron. Bamsing, welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Hell yeah. Thank you, Aaron, for the support. Bog you. So next round we start doing some zombie business. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. I will block. Alright, I think we have successfully stabilized against the Prowess menace. Damn, combos on combos on combos. This Oriok champion card, huh? I think we're finally stabilized enough that we can try to pull ahead a little bit. I don't know, we need a wider board. Wider board, you say, huh? Let me see what I can do about that. Let me see if I can help out with that. I'm gonna get flagstones here. And I think here I'm gonna upkeep, because if I top deck my last Temple Garden, it's gonna make me super sad, so I'm gonna upkeep this. Oh, that's right. I stopped the old seal now. Boom, boom. Sack here. Go get a Temple Garden. Trigger field. Oriok champion. Oh, yes. Get a second field. We might have successfully stabilized here, folks. Maybe. Just maybe. Have they not seen enough? Yeah, I guess they did. I guess they did. Alright, yeah, that was gonna be close. It did work pretty quickly. Alright, the combo looked really good there. Not gonna lie, the combo looked really good there. Hey, but love your comment on the first review the other day about people commenting on the deck they don't. Oh yeah, no, that's something that I will do. I kind of have no. Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I should have more filter. I think. What do you think? Should I have more filter when somebody says something like that or whatever? There's no way to stack the Reclaimer trigger first with them flagstones. I don't think so, Nutty. At least Moto doesn't let you. At least Moto doesn't let you, which doesn't necessarily mean that you can't do it. You can't? Okay, good to know. Oh, because the triggers don't happen at the same time. Okay, there you go. That's the explanation. I don't give here for a filtered friend. Okay, cool. Then you're not gonna get filtered friend. Fuck filtered friend. I hate that guy. That filtered friend guy. Such a dick. Alright, so I think we're pathing this. Opponent seems to be fishing for a light up the stage. Which state is Asta from? Never seen it. It's from the newest Theros. It's from the newest Theros. Kiln Fiend. Well, this is hella interesting now. So if I play Eidolon, that is kind of sick, right? So now their next turn is going to be killing the Thalia. Then on the next turn, it's going to be... I don't know. Like, if they play a threat, then they cannot actually trigger Prowess. They probably have to kill Thalia here. That's step number 1. Wild Slash, kill Thalia. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me too much. Because now they can play something on end step and then play something on main phase, right? Thank you for that follow, Talos. So I'm just going to play a knight here. And the Saturn is basically never ever blocking, right? Can I be this greedy? I can't really be this greedy, right? No, I can't be this greedy. I can't really attack. The 1 point of damage just can't be just worth it. So they're probably going to bolt this knight on end step, I imagine. Or like Wild Slash or whatever. I'm going to kill this knight. Bolt face. Okay, so I guess they're gonna kill something now. Brave Knight. Not bad. Now it sucks that I now it really sucks that I blocked with the Eidolon. Now I feel stupid. Fuck. So I'm gonna block here because this forces the bolt to go to the Arasta instead of to the face. Or the Y slash, whatever. I don't like how my opponent's been playing their deck, honestly. I feel like they could have been getting so much more mileage by attacking more aggressively. Love Spike. Okay, so the last card in hand has to be a Reveler. So I guess we double Steve here. Because next turn, if we draw a Valakut, we actually get to trigger and we get some value. So the last card has to be Reveler, otherwise that Lava Spike doesn't make sense. Just don't have light up the stage, okay. Wilds, oh, yeah, there's still a Reveler. Called it! And now they're gonna draw land plus Lava Dart, and they're gonna end this game. This is so gross, man. So gross. Okay, so green. And plains. Does anything that I can draw matter here? Not really. And that was definitely not a good draw. Alright, so we're now just dead officially. So their hand would need to be like 3 lands or something. Yeah, we just need so many things in this matchup. It's insane. We just need so many things, and it's still not enough. Did we mulligan here? We did mulligan, right? Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know how we're supposed to fix that matchup. I really don't know how we're supposed to fix it. We're playing against John. Sure, I'll keep this. We might get turn 1 Grisser branded, like his name says. Prowess has a really tough time beating core. I tried core, it was okay. But yeah, I was trying to play Oriok Champion to kind of like hedge not only for Prowess but also like hedge a little bit against John and that kind of deck. It might be that we just need to play core because it's better against specifically John, specifically Prowess, and we just have to eat it up and just kind of build our deck to beat Prowess because we otherwise cannot beat it. Then we get paired against Neobrand. Thalia off the top one time. Prowess there turned against Neobrand. I haven't tried playing that instead. I'm not gonna. You could pay me to play it. I'm not gonna say that you could not pay me to play it because that would be a lie, but I will not just randomly play it. John's dip in the tank. Oh yeah, I can be paid to do anything. OnlyFans knows. Okay, this is good. Okay, this is good. So I think I'm gonna get Reclaimer now. Because like the only thing that really matters is Thalia, right? So by getting Reclaimer, at least we get a little bit on board here. So call for Reclaimer. Violate Reclaimer. This goes up to 2. Call Thalia. Violating Thalia. Play this. Surf. Next turn, we're gonna get to do some stuff and some things. So if we find a land off the top, we're gonna be fine, I think. All right, so we courser, see what's on top. Then we Dryad. We play 2 lands. Okay. Okay. So we play Dryad. So we upkeep Valakut them? No, we don't play Valakut because we don't have enough lands, but we can use Reclaimer to sack Flagstones to go with Valakut, and then we do have enough lands. So I think what we do is we upkeep to do this, because it forces... Why do we don't upkeep? Because my opponent can cast the Nourishing Shoal right here. And they would gain the life. Because it stops me from spending more money on cards to play this new list you keep coming up with. Alright, Aaron. Sounds good. If they had had Shoal, wouldn't they have used it? But then there's even more of a reason to do this on their upkeep. So if they do have a Shoal, they are forced to like use their mana on their own turn. Right? If they are saving up a Shoal. Shoal is not free because there's Thalia. It just gives them 2 draws at Shoal. Yes, but if they do that, then I can't get comboed, right? I have already established dominance on the board. Like, I'm not gonna lose on the board. The only way that I lose right now is if I get comboed out. So if John uses their mana to cycle, that means that he's not using their mana to cast their spells. So they are -1 mana with this activation, and they are -1 mana with the other activation. Yeah, this is Final Nub. You don't want to give them more mana right now? Yeah, well, that's the point. Like, I am allowing them to use a dead mana source otherwise. If I do it now and they do have a Shoal in hand, then we die, right? Because they're going to have 1 more mana next turn. So I think I'm going to do it in upkeep. I'm fairly certain that I'm supposed to do this on upkeep. I definitely want to do it on upkeep because I don't want it to be the top card of their deck and they don't have to sack their land. So I'm fairly certain that this is the line. Oh, that's right. We also gain life value. If he had been at 1, obviously I was going to do that on my own turn. Because that would have killed them, obviously. But because they were exactly at 2, I think that it's correct for us to do this now. And to try to tax the mana on their turn. And he did have the shoal, it looks like. Also, if they don't have Autochthon Worm in the hand, I'm forcing them to, like, do something else, right? Okay. Okay. All right, so they did find it. So we did mess with their mana a little bit, and next turn we're going to get to Golos, and we're probably going to win with Golos. So he has this turn to kill me with the combo. Yeah, you see that he knows that he's not winning the fair battle, so he doesn't even attack with Yellow Saurus Rider, which makes a lot of sense. But now Manamorphose is not free because of the Thalia. So maybe he's going to struggle a little bit. Why didn't we do it on our turn? Exactly because of literally what just happened. Like, my opponent is kind of stuck on mana. We have a Thalia going, and my opponent is kind of stuck on mana, and that's my out. For my opponent to be stuck on mana, basically. I am playing to my outs in a matchup that seems basically unwinnable. Oh! I didn't know that he was playing Children of Corliss. Tin fins? Yeah, it's basically tin fins. Alright, so this, and these. I guess path matters. This doesn't, this doesn't, this doesn't. Tracker's probably better than Courser. So I'm just discussing with John over here. That's what's going on. So I'm trying to figure out what would have been better. There's a high chance that I would just kept going if I had the shoal. Well, with Thalia, I assumed that with Thalia in play, your chances of fizzling are a lot higher. And you were short mana. That's why you didn't go for it. You know, play add an instant spice. What has this word come out? Twice on your plans have a boil full with no seasoning. Yeah, that's basically what Neobrand players do. Okay, so basically what John is saying, what John is saying there is that Shoaling would have been free for him there. Oh. I'm gonna hope that turn 2 Thalia plus Path is somehow... I'm not gonna play around them having the turn 1. If he has a turn 1, he has a turn 1. But I think that this sets me up so much better. So I'm gonna try to go for the high risk, high reward. Again, I tend to go for slightly riskier lines against decks that are very bad matchups for the decks that I play. All right, so he says that he doesn't hate the upkeep play now that he thinks about it more. But if I untap a survive, I don't think mana is a bottleneck. I have 4 monkeys and a land drop at that point. Yeah, that's possible. Maybe trying to bottleneck them on mana wouldn't have been most of the line. It's close. I think it's really, really close. Yeah, he says that I should have done it on my turn. I'm just gonna bring back the chat. So he says, I don't hate the accurate play now that I think about it more, but if I untap and survive, I don't think mana is a bottleneck. I have 4 monkeys and a land drop at that point. And I think the cases where the bottleneck matters is too conditional, whereas instant speed, draw, and cycling are cards that are 100% in here. So I think it's correct to do it on your turn, but it's not black and white. All right. I mean, at least we got an interesting play out of this match, even even though, you know, fuck this deck and everything. At least we got an interesting play out of this match. Which is most than we often get, if I'm being honest. We learned something, that's what counts. Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah. Gonna go with turn 1 field, pass, turn 2 Thalia, turn 3 we're holding a path basically for the remainder of the game. And if we find a green sword in our top 2 draws, we get to Reclaimer, which is nice. Path bumps the Allosaurus Rider. True. That's true. Aw, man. When I'm on the play, that's when he moves to 4. Feels bad, man. When I'm on the play is when he moves to 4. He's gonna keep 7 on when he's on the play. It's gonna be terrible. So I think that with 4 cards, they cannot actually turn 1 me. So I am very much sold now on going with field on turn 1. I guess that they could have a Chancellor, Neoform, Allosaurus Rider, land, plus they find another green card off the top. So I can still get turn 1. And they revealed 1 Chancellor. Foo. Yeah, I'm just gonna hope that they don't have it. All right. Fuck me, I guess. All right, so they move to 4 and they are still going to win on turn 1. Feels Neoform, man. Feels Neoform, man. This is honestly like a perfect way to wrap kind of a miserable stream. This is kind of a perfect way to wrap. I mean, I had fun. It's a miserable stream in terms of results. This is far and away the worst I have done with the deck since I built it. Like today specifically. Today is far and away the worst I've done with the deck. I have had one 1-4 and one 2-3 before this, but both of those leagues, like both of those days, the other league that I played was a 4-1, so it kind of like made up for it. But yeah, today was particularly miserable. The good thing is, number one, this card is just not good enough. This card just cannot beat Prowess, so we have to. I think that we have to go with the big guns, and I have to play like the card that is actually better against Prowess specifically, but it doesn't have any other alternate uses. So I'm gonna be going with Core Firewalker from now on because just our champion simply does not do enough, unfortunately. Don't worry, John. Don't worry. I mean, you're playing the nonsense deck, and you're probably testing for an important event. So I'm not really upset about it or anything. I definitely got more from that match specifically than I have from like literally any Neoform matches before. But yeah, I am. But don't tell anyone to what you're right. Dude, you were streaming on that account. What are you talking about? You were streaming on that account the other day. What are you talking about? God damn it. Anyway, so yeah, Core Firewalker instead of Auriok Champion, because Champion just does not do enough. What about Ewit, Knight of Autumn number 2? Well, the problem is that actually calling for Ewit is something that happens kind of often. Like sometimes something dies, like your Vile dies, particularly in post-board games. You use a path and then you end up... We did it this league even. Like I had used the path against my opponent's Goif, and I called for Witness to get back the path to exile the Goif, and we ended up winning. I guess we ended up losing because my opponent still drew the nuts, but... So I don't think I want a second... I don't think I want another Knight of Autumn, really. Like the flexibility of Eternal Witness, like that is the balance. Like that's why I'm so excited about this game, is like about this deck, is that there's so much stuff to balance. Like it's not so much of, yeah, let's just build my deck to beat Prowess. It would be easy to build my deck to beat Prowess if I really wanted to, right? Is Cold better than Pact? Yes, by a long shot. In this deck specifically, obviously, but yeah, by a long shot, Call is better than the Pact. Because Cole can go get Thalia, Core, Mind Sensor, Eidolon. All of these cards are important. But yeah, we did get paired against some bad matchups, and even against the bad matchups, I did some mistakes that ended up costing me. Like against that Nauseam, I feel like we should have won that game, and I ended up losing like an idiot because I just paid wrong. I just did not play the Eidolon in my hand because I was playing around the sweeper, and like we would have, if my opponent had a sweeper that time walks them, and we would have won anyway through the sweeper. So like there was no reason for me to play around it, and then I ended up dying because I didn't play the stupid Eidolon. So definitely that was a mistake. Honestly, I didn't really miss the Gargaroth. It's possible that I should... this deck just should not be playing the Gargaroth. I could try to go back to Rakdos, but like, eh. This is probably what I'm going to be playing tomorrow. I definitely want to keep testing the triple Illidanber Skull situation that we got going on here. And we're definitely going to go back to Core Firewalkers because Champion just does not beat Prowess, unfortunately. We comboed it with Arasta, which was nice, but... yeah, even Arasta, maybe we can just play a third Firewalker instead of the Arasta. I kind of like the Arasta because it's a little bit more, you know, flexible. I don't think I want the fourth copy of Path. Is it triple call 2-3 or 4-3? I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, so we had 2 and we went up to 3. It's not that we have 4, we went down to 3. So the original list had 2 with an armor skull. So now we're going up to 3 to see what's up. But yeah, so even though we did a reasonable amount of losing today, I still feel like I did some learning in the process. So that's like the best kind of losing, right? When you actually get something from it. My win percentage kind of plummeted today though. So now we are 61. Yeah, 61-24. Vomit. Yeah, my win percentage definitely plummeted hard today. But besides that, I did an okay amount of learning. Anything else that might be in the chopping block? Nylea maybe? Nylea could be something else. Like I like the card, but I'm not like married to it or anything. I could see this being something else. Everything else about the main deck feels pretty solidly good. Anyway, folks, thanks so much for checking out this stream. We had a lot of viewers today, so I really thank everybody for hanging out today. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.